I would like to do with you collective consultation.
Oh, just maybe one thing. Audrey, she's working with at the institute also with us for a couple of years now. Okay, and her name is Audrey Gers. Just you can say your name maybe. What you do? Just 1-2 minutes to socialize with people.
So, I would like a volunteer who will sit there. I propose him or her a chair, and we will step by step choose one question after another to ask to this person, to your client, your customer. So it's the principle of the collective consultation.
Does the person who have
wait? Can you? So for now, does anyone have a question about what I said? Able? Question. Who has a question? Yeah?
Does the person need to have a question to start with? Or,
Yeah.
Or a team or something like that?
Yeah, a question. It's better. A question about a problem. It's personal or not, whatever. We don't mind? Okay, so the volunteer will bring his question here. I will write it on the board, and then we will do the consultation. Alright? Does anyone have a problem with that? Confusion or construction or any worry? Okay? So who wants to propose his question and sit in front of everyone?
Any kind of question?
Who can answer to this matter? So, who can answer? Yes. 2 people? 3, 4. So you have several people. You choose one person who will answer to you. Okay? Raise your hand visibly.
Okay, yeah, come on.
Yes, any question?
Yes, any question?
It's alright? Did she answer your question?
Very broadly, I would like another opinion.
Did she answer?
Another?
Did she answer to your question?
No.
No. Why? Tell her why didn't she?
Because she answered with the same question. I said, can we ask any kind of question? And she says, yes, any kind of question. Yes.
Thank you, Jan. For introduction. Is that right? Yes or no? Who wants to answer Yolanda? Again, so who wants to answer? One?
Nino?
Okay.
Yes, you can answer. You can take a question, any kind of question.
Okay.
Are you okay with that answer?
Yes, we both.
You can thank her?
And Yakova too, because it's the same answer.
Okay, can you do it?
Yes, of course.
Do it?
Right now? No.
Or after the session, perhaps?
No.
So, who wants to come here? Who is the volunteer to come with this question? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Mitri?
Yeah.
Please? You see? So, what is your question?
Why I'm so obsessed with reading news?
Why? Am I so obsessed? question. So imagine that Brenifier is your customer, and this is the only question you will ask. The other one you will ask them. So regarding to this question, which kind of question you would ask to him? So I give you one minute, for example, to write a question, and we will work on it. Does anyone have a problem with that? You can raise your hand to see it. All right. Go. Done. So now we are doing a collective consultation. Okay, Brenifier is our client, and he came with that question: why am I so obsessed with the news? Okay, and now we think about the first question we could ask. Who hasn't finished?
Has not?
Has not. Was not fully finished. Do you need a long time or a short time? Short time. Who has not finished? Okay. So, first step, we will read our question one by one. Listen carefully, because we will have to choose the best question to note. So, what is your question?
What do you mean exactly by obsessed?
So, no writing? Okay, just listening. Okay, so what do you mean?
Exactly, by access.
Okay.
Why do you call it obsession?
Why do you think you're obsessed with reading news?
Okay, so when you speak loudly and clearly, okay?
Why do you ask this question?
Because being obsessed bothers me.
Do you think it's a way to know your world?
Can you repeat it?
Do you know? Do you think it is a way to know your environment, your world?
What did you write?
Yes, your world.
Is what you wrote?
Yes.
Did you hear? Who had a...
Is it
What mean?
how it's a way
A way to know
your
your
environment?
world.
The answer and just repeat.
World, yes?
Your world. Yes.
World.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many mass media do you consult daily?
How many?
Mass media do you consult daily?
Okay.
Do you think reading news is an obsession?
Do you enjoy reading in general?
I have
Does the
one as well.
content
Yes,
Answer
please,
that.
Okay. Do you also read old news?
Yes.
Does the content of the news information have any impact on your all daily living?
What is news?
Why do you need to keep in touch with the news?
What do you mean by obsessed?
What does being obsessed reading news allow you to do or not to do?
Are you obsessed with other things than news?
What do you mean by obsession?
This question is a question to yourself or to others?
Why do you want to have an answer for this question? How often do you read the news?
Did you find a question for yourself?
Yes, it was about old news.
Just give your question. What was your question?
Exactly.
Give your
Well,
question.
okay. How it affects your life?
Okay. So now, who wants to make someone repeat his question? Who wants to make someone repeat his question? No? All questions are clear for everybody? Yeah? Okay, so now we will choose one question we won't write on the board. Okay, so each person will do that. Choose one question we won't write on the board. Okay.
The question.
So we choose one question we heard.
We hear.
Yes. We heard. Yes.
We heard.
Yeah.
Can we ask the person to repeat basically? Can we ask like the person to repeat the question he has?
At what moment are you? Are you now with us?
Yeah, but I don't remember precisely.
And I don't understand the task. Are we?
So wait. What is your problem now?
Because I would like to choose a question, but I don't remember precisely. I don't remember precisely the question.
Do you remember that I asked everybody if he wanted to make somebody repeat his question? Did you raise your hand?
I don't know.
Why didn't you?
Because I didn't know that you would ask us to choose one.
Repeat.
I didn't know that you would ask us to choose one, basically.
Okay, but why did I ask you to raise your hand to make somebody repeat? Why? It's just a rhetoric question?
Didn't know.
Okay, so who wants someone to repeat his question? Okay. So, wait again. So which question do you want to read?
I want to hear one question and listen.
Okay, so first, who
what does being obsessed reading news allow you to do or not to do?
Okay, and the other one?
No.
Do you also read old news?
All right? Yes?
Does the content of the news information have any impact on your all daily life?
Another one? You had?
Yes, I was here and I was pushing it.
Why do you ask such a question?
What do you mean by obsession?
All right, so every question is clear for everyone? Is it right? Manush, you need? Yolanda?
How many mass media do you consult daily?
Okay, so now you choose one question that you want it to be written. You don't want to be written on the board. You don't want to be written on the board. Choose one question you don't want to be written on the board. That you won't ask, in fact, to your client.
Will not ask.
Will not, won't.
Okay.
Yes, I forgot one point. I do have to justify. Okay. How many people didn't finish? You didn't? You didn't? Okay. 2 seconds and then we discuss. Yes? Is there any problem?
I didn't get you. I didn't get you. I didn't understand you.
Okay, do you think it's a problem of language or a
No,
problem of something else?
I didn't know any problem to language, but I.
So what is the kind of
understand what do you
wait,
want?
wait. What is your problem? Do you know?
Your last sentence I didn't get.
Okay, so who wants to repeat to
Malihe?
Yes. My last sentence. Who wants? Okay, so you have different raised hands. You choose someone. And what you can do, instead of just pointing this person,
Dama.
yeah, it's nicer, but
yes,
tell him what he has to do for
yes. Repeat for me the last sentence, please.
You basically need to do is to choose one question that you would not put on the board, that we would not ask.
Do you think that everybody hears you?
In terms of voice?
Do you think that everybody hears you?
Ask me to say that.
Okay. So you already know. Okay, so can you speak louder?
Sure. What you have to do basically is to choose one question.
Among this question,
Malihe, do you know that he is speaking? Do you know that? Okay, can you let him speak first? Malihe. Malihe, can you let him speak first? And then ask your question. But first, let his words come to you, and then you will ask the question. All right?
yes.
It's okay? Okay, so come on.
You just need to take one question that you would not put on the board.
Did he answer to your question?
That you would not ask to your client.
Did he answer? No.
So I don't understand the matter, you know.
Who understands Malihe's problem? Who can explain Malihe's problem? Okay, so you have several people who understood you and will explain what's your problem.
Yes.
Can you choose one person?
Yes, please.
You don't know what to do right now. You don't know the instructions or what to do now.
Yes.
Is that right? Is that right or not?
I don't know the instruction.
Is she right
Yes.
in what she says?
Yes.
You understood? Repeat. Repeat what she said. Repeat. Can you repeat?
You don't know the instruction of.
You don't remember what she said?
I have a problem, I don't know.
Okay, good. Who can make a trial? So you have two other people. Okay, choose one. You have Nora, you have Merhush.
I think you have a problem with subject of this task, not with the structure of this task. With the subject of this task, yes?
What is the subject?
The main role or object, excuse me, the object of this task, I think.
Is it
the
the
problem with this?
Okay, is it right?
You know, the moment that you
is she
I
right?
want to explain my
Wait a little bit. Is she right?
object of this task.
After the last
Explain me the object of task.
Main goal, I think. The goal of the last task that she explained to us.
Yes, what is this? What's that?
Okay, so what I propose to you for now is just to observe, to listen to the exercise, okay? And if perhaps you will find the solution during the exercise. If the problem is still there, raise your hand again, okay? And try to formulate it, all right?
Yes.
Are you all right with that proposition?
Yes, to formulate this question.
Your problem, if you have still this problem, all right?
Okay.
Because in fact my idea is that we like to keep on. Yeah. You're all right with that?
Yes.
Okay. So which question? Who wants to propose the question he doesn't want it to be written on the board? Okay. So can you choose someone? Like him. Can you choose someone? And you ask. Silke? Yes. What does she have to do?
Explain have problem.
No. Okay. Silke, can you give the question you choose that you don't want to be written on the board?
I go with the question of Yolanda here written on the board about which mass media you need to use.
Do you consult daily?
Yes, which mass
How many?
Mass media do you consult daily?
Even. What's happening? Is your name Silke?
No. My name is not Silke.
What's your name?
My name is Ivan.
Nice to meet you, Vega. Okay. So, do you remember the question?
Not exactly, but which mass media do you use daily?
Okay, it was
Yolanda.
Yolanda.
No.
Can you repeat your question?
Can I?
Can you repeat your question? Just
How many mass media do you consult daily?
Okay, thank you. Why don't you want it to be asked?
It's an empirical question, so it's about facts, and he can give me these facts, but it doesn't make him think about his question.
So, I will write your question. So,
How many mass media? Do you consult daily?
So, and what is your criticism of that question?
That it will be answered with facts, and facts will not make him think about his initial question.
Okay. Who agrees with Silke? Okay. Who doesn't agree with Silke? Raise your hand. Okay, so Silke, you had one person who doesn't agree. Are you interested in knowing why?
Yes.
Okay, let's go there.
I think this is Yolanda question. Therefore, it is confirmed her thinking. Therefore, it's good not, it's not bad. I don't like get out any question.
What kind of argument you just gave now?
My argument is this is the Yolanda question.
Yes, so your argument is that
Therefore,
it's Yolanda's question, so
yes, so thinking behind of this question, yes.
So
I don't prefer that get off this question of our outline or our text.
do you remember what Silke said? Do you remember her argument?
No.
Who remembers Silke's argument? Okay, so choose someone to repeat.
Her argument was that it's an empirical question. It's an empirical question. We will ask about facts and will not make Dimitri think about himself.
Alright? Empirical, it's a fact. And it will make him think about his own self. Okay?
Not make him think. This
No.
question will not make him think about himself.
You don't agree with that?
Yes.
And why?
Because of Dimitri is a man.
Who sees a problem in what Merlin said?
I don't see.
Alexei, which problem do you see what she said?
The judgment is not based on logical argument,
Okay.
but on feelings.
Is it right?
The problem with your statement is your criticism of Silke's question she wants to ask is that your judgment is not based on logical argument, but on your opinion.
Is it right?
Is it? It is right.
So, who agrees with Alexei, by the way? Who doesn't agree with Alexei? Okay.
The rest.
Who has no idea? Okay. Who is away? So, who doesn't agree with Alexei? Just to check. Okay. Jakova?
Yes, I don't agree because I think it doesn't have to do anything with logic or objective. I just think she...
Do you remember what she said?
No. Not exactly.
Jakova? Do you see what you are doing now?
Yes, I'm losing patience. Yes, I am.
Okay, and your impatient.
Yeah.
What did it make to you?
Aggressive.
What do you do because of your impatience? What do you do because of your impatience?
I stopped thinking.
Okay. Is that the case? Yeah?
Yes.
So, who doesn't agree with Alexei? Okay, Ed?
Alexei said that the argument of mere Nush is based on feelings and not on logical thinking, reasoning. And I disagree with Alexei because I think it's not based, the argument is not because it's not based on feelings, but because of cultural, respectful habits, customs.
Okay, is that right, Manoj? Did you understand what he said?
No, I'm disagreeing with Ed.
Did you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Do you agree with him or not?
No.
Is it right what he said? Did you do that?
Yes.
Yes? You do that?
No.
Okay, so it's not right what he said. It's not right.
It's not right.
Okay, so Silke, what's your question? I'm very good at that. Yeah, so you didn't agree with Silke, right? No. Make a try again. Why don't you agree with her? It's empirical, this question. It's about fact, so it won't make him think of himself. Do you agree or not?
I agree with Silke. No, I changed my mind.
And what did make you change your mind?
Because Yolanda reflects on man, okay? But I think everybody is unique.
Everybody is
unique.
Is
what?
Unique.
Everybody is unique.
What is this kind of argument? What do you mean is unique?
Because she
individual.
Yes, individual. Because she collects all of the gender in man. Because I think she collects the man and woman and separate two groups. Okay, but I think everybody is unique, is individual, and this is not a real fact, I think.
Okay, and how can you clarify your argument? How is it?
Refine this.
Is it cultural, for example, or is it something else?
Cultural? You say cultural?
Is your argument cultural?
Yes, I think.
And is it legitimate to justify, to disagree with Silke?
I disagree with this question, and I disagree with Silke in two ways, yes, in two reasons. I
just about Silke's question.
Yeah.
Choice.
I think
From your point, would you choose this question to ask Dimitri?
no, I just
Why?
because this is I think this is a feminist question.
Okay.
So feminist question.
Who agrees with Mermush?
Feminine question. I think.
Who agrees with Mermush?
Feminist.
Oh, feminine.
Feminine or feminist?
Feminist.
Feminist.
Feminist. Okay.
I disagree.
Okay. So first, who agrees with Mermush? Who agrees? Who doesn't agree with Mermush? Okay. So Mermush, you see the group? Can you accept? Can you accept this idea that we put your argument on the side for now? Perhaps we use it later on, but for now it's not acceptable to the eyes of the group. All right, cool. Okay, so who agrees with Silke that it's not a good idea to propose this question to Dmitry regarding to this argument? Who agrees? Okay, so there is
Agree.
So it seems that, okay, globally, all right. So now I propose you to choose a question that you would want written on the board, being written on the board. So, do you need a repetition of the question? Who wants?
No.
It's okay? All right. Which question do you want to ask Dmitry? And again, you justify your choice.
I think
Yeah. What do you want?
Answer? A question?
Now you choose one question among those you heard that you would like to choose to ask Dmitry. Okay, but wait a little bit. Just give a little time to everyone. And justify your choice. Yes?
May I ask a question?
Yes?
Does this include my own question or it excludes my own question?
You can choose your question
Yeah.
in both cases.
Yeah. Thank you.
Perhaps you can think about a question and then you change your mind and finally you choose it at another question class.
I would like to post my question on the flip chart. On the board. In other words, you ask me if I have a question that I would like to propose for Dimitri.
Yeah, you would like to choose.
Yeah, I think my question is relevant.
Okay, so it's okay. Just wait a little bit. Just give little time to anybody. All right? But do you have an argument for that? For your choice?
Yes.
How funny it is.
Maliki.
I remember some of the question.
Before, I have a question.
Yes.
What do you want to say? What do you
I
want
have
to talk
a
about?
question.
You have a question?
Yes.
All right. To whom?
To you.
Okay.
Yes. I remember, for example, myself, some of the questions, but not all of them. So I can't choose the question.
Okay, so what is your question?
Just you, I can choose one question. Because if you...
Okay. And do you think that it is a problem to choose your own question?
No.
Okay, so everything is all right.
Any problem.
Okay. Okay, so Ella, can you read the question you
Yeah, I us closer to an understanding of the level of Dimitri's obsession.
Okay, so what was the question?
How often do you read the news?
How often? Whose? It was yours?
Oh,
it was yours question?
No,
Whose question was?
It was mine.
Her. And what repeat your argument?
Because I reckon it will bring us closer to an understanding of the level of Dimitri's obsession.
Who can reformulate what she said?
We can what?
Reformulate what she said. Okay. So choose a person who will reformulate what you say. Anna?
Yeah, Helen has chosen to ask Dimitri about how often he reads the news, because she thinks it will bring additional information about how obsessed Dimitri is.
It's good, Anna.
Who agrees with Ella's argument? Who agrees with Ella's argument?
Point of clarification.
Okay. Who doesn't agree? Who doesn't agree with Ella? With Ella's argument. Okay. Who has no clue? Yeah. What's your problem?
Because I was out, I was trying to find questions about which ones we want to ask him and which one we don't want to ask him.
Okay, so you're far away.
No, because I thought we would find a question we don't want to ask him, and writing them down here, but then she said she wanted to ask a question, which she had a reason for it.
So what's your problem? What's the problem?
Does she want to ask him that question, or is that a question she does not want to ask him?
We switched the task.
You just switched it? Okay.
Please. Can you ask the question? Ask her the question.
The question you wanted to ask or not to ask?
It's a question I want to ask because that's the task.
That's the task, yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, you have the problem?
Yes.
Which one?
I think that Helen actually wants to perceive information regarding the time Dimitri spends consuming news per day, not the number of times. In other words, he can spend 100 times 10 seconds at a time, or he can spend 5 hours. And my understanding is that you're interested in if he spends 1 hour or 5 hours or 10 minutes. So that's my point of clarification. I would like you to restate your question.
So, do you think that it would be a big problem to start the consultation? Her question, her choice.
No, but I think that...
Do you think that would be a problem? Do you think that... Or not? Do you think that the question is interesting or not? To start the consultation?
To start the consultation, yes.
Yeah. Why, for example? Why could it be interesting to start by this one?
It gives us information about the degree of obsession.
For example. So, could be interesting or not?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Who agrees with Klaus? Okay. Who doesn't agree with Klaus? Okay, so Klaus, choose someone who doesn't agree with you. Okay.
Alexei.
And ask for his argument.
Should I?
Ask for his argument. Why doesn't he
Alexei,
agree?
I would like to learn from you why my argument regarding Dimitri's succession doesn't hold?
My argument against your argument for this question is that knowing the degree of obsession is not the task, is irrelevant to the practice you're doing.
What is the task? Alexei?
The task is to make a person better understand his thinking, his self-awareness, and this question doesn't lead to this task.
Okay. Which kind of question would you ask instead of this one?
For example, what makes you think you are obsessed? It was one of the questions.
Who agrees with Alexei's proposition?
Preposition about question or
Yes.
Next question?
Yes, about this question he proposes. Who agrees with Alexei? Okay. So, who prefers Ella's question? Who prefers Alexei's proposition? Okay, so what was the question you proposed?
What makes you think you are obsessed?
From who was this question?
Him. Yes.
It was yours?
No, it was someone I heard.
Who proposed at the beginning this question? Who remembers? Who proposed that one?
Yeah.
What makes you think that you're obsessed?
What do you mean by that?
So no one proposed this question.
That's mine.
Is it your
Well, it's not my
your
initial
question?
question.
It's your question?
It's not my initial
Holy
question.
Spirit.
I think no one proposed it.
Take credit.
And it's good.
Anyway, globally, people agree with that kind of question. So, just to check, who accept this question to as the first question to ask to Dimitri? Who accept this question? Who doesn't accept it? Just to check. Yolanda, why? Why don't you accept this question?
Because regarding Elva's question, no, Ellen's question, I find it very similar to mine. Because yes, well,
what is this kind of argument you do?
Okay, the argument
What is
is
this kind of argument? You know,
the argument is that
her question is
Helen's question regards.
What is this kind of argument you
What is
give? You are saying that her question is good because it's the same as mine. You said that.
No, I am saying first I want to make a statement.
Did you say that? Did you say
Helen's
that?
question I find it similar to mine.
Did you say that?
I say that. Yes.
So how do you call this kind of argument?
Because I want to make a confrontation between what makes you think
What is this kind
you're
of argument?
obsessed.
What is this kind of argument? When someone says, yes, it's good because it's like mine.
No. Okay, forget about that.
No,
I want to.
Yeah, you see, the problem is that we work in group, you know, and everyone has a speech, says something, proposes something, and then you say, forget. So how can you work if at each time you say something, you tell everybody, forget what I said.
So what is your question?
So just look at the argument you gave. So what is this kind of argument you gave? When you said, okay, what her question is good because it is like mine.
No.
What is this kind of argument?
I did not formulate it that way. I said I find Helen's similar to mine in the content.
Why?
In the content, and I confronted with Alexis.
Why?
Because they are both addressing empirical facts. Because if you start a consultation with what makes you think you're obsessed, you want to answer him right away, make his own answer right away.
Who agrees with Yolanda's explanation? Who agrees with her? Who doesn't agree? Okay, I don't want to deepen that point, but just you see, several people don't agree with me, right? Majority.
Majority is
a
not
majority.
Don't see
You have
what's
a point.
going on. Some of the people
You have a
don't
point.
raise their
Right.
hands at all. You don't check. There are many people that don't raise their hands.
Okay?
You have to check about that also. You cannot work with 6 people. Yeah.
Okay. So, the other, Merouche, you disagree with that choice? Can you say why?
Yes.
What is your view?
I select Elena Elena question for the first question because I think obsession have a definition. Okay, obsession have a definition. Okay, in the first we must recognize the that is it right? Dimitri is right about his obsession. Okay, if it's right, okay, we work on. But maybe this thing think about his obsession, but they don't have obsession. Okay? Maybe Dimitri don't have obsession.
Simply. Do you think that we can use this question as the first one?
No, I think the Elena question is a better for the first question.
Better one?
Yes.
And why? Simply, one sentence. Can you say why?
Because we need to
Just one
definition
sentence.
of obsession.
It was just to check your answer. Okay. So, we choose this question as the first one. So, I will propose to you to answer this question. So, I give you a little
What
time.
makes me think I'm obsessed?
Think about your answer. You can write it even if you want. And you will write it on the board.
Because I feel that I need to check news, and but really I don't feel that it somehow affect my life, but I'm just interested to reading news.
So, what do I have to write?
What makes you think you're obsessed? I'm obsessed. I don't like my relationship with news.
So this is your answer, alright?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I don't like.
I don't like my relationship with news.
So now, second step, second question. So I propose you to think about a new question to ask regarding the answer he gave to you. Let's go. So again, we listen to other questions. Ella, please, can you read your question?
How would you define this relationship in one sentence?
Okay. Ella?
What kind of relationship do you have with news?
Do you have to read news?
What is it that makes you dislike your relationship with the news?
Have you ever ended a relationship before?
Break up.
What benefits are you getting being obsessed with reading news, and what prices do you pay being obsessed with reading news?
Like two.
Please relate.
What don't you like about your relationship with news?
How much news do you read every day? How much news do you
Mass
read
media.
every day? Mass media.
What don't you like about it? The relationship?
What don't you like?
What don't you like about it?
What you don't like about it.
Have you made a cost-benefit analysis of your obsession?
Zoran?
What do you mean by that?
Do you have an obsession with everything you don't like?
Why don't you change it? Reading less news. How does that, your relationship with news, affect your life? Affects your life?
Personal.
Brenifier?
Yes. Do you oblige yourself to read the news?
How many relationships do you have that you don't like?
Alexei?
What's wrong with your relationship with news?
Does not like mean that you're obsessed?
Would you call your relationship to news obsession?
Why?
And can you repeat your question?
Would you call your relationship to news obsession?
By the way, does someone want someone else to repeat his question? Yes, which one?
Emil.
So Emil, what's your question?
Have you ever ended a relationship before?
How many?
No last question.
How many relationships do you have that you don't like?
So now you choose again a question that you don't want to be written on the board. Yeah, huh?
May I ask you to repeat her question?
Why?
Why here?
Yes. How it's affect your life?
So now you choose one question that you don't want to be written on the board. And you don't want to be written on the board, and you justify your choice. Done. Everything is alright?
Sun is basically her.
That's I'm baking here.
We will change this.
Yeah,
I
it's
want to
quite
be-
nice to get baked for a while, but you can't get the exclusivity. Thanks.
Done. Alexei wants to hear again.
How much news do you read every day? How much news do you read every day?
Who has a question to propose, to eliminate from the list? Yelena.
I don't remember exactly the question, but how much...
Perhaps do you want this person to repeat his whole question?
I just can say it and then we can...
Okay.
How much relationship do you have before?
How many?
How many?
It's Nora's question.
Nora's.
And that you don't like.
Who asked this question?
No.
Well, it's not that
What was your question?
How many relationships do you have?
That you don't like.
But
It was this one?
yes.
Okay. So, how many relationship do you have? And that you don't like? Right?
Already.
So, why don't you want this question?
Because I think we changed the subject of the question because in that answer it was about news and in that question it's about girls and that's why we changed the subject.
Nora, is she right?
Yeah. In your question it sounds like it's normally a common relationship and that's why it seems like we changed the subject.
When we listen at you. So, the answer is speaking about what? The answer.
Sorry, I don't...
The answer, Dimitri's answer. No, I don't like my relationship with news.
Yes.
What is the subject of the answer? What is the concept?
Relationship with news.
Okay, so what is the concept of this answer? What is the main word?
The main word is relationship.
Okay. And what is the main word in Nora's question?
Relationship, but we lost the news.
Okay, so the same concept, but there is another problem there.
In other meaning, I think.
And what is the difference of meaning? What is the difference of the two meanings?
We lose the word news in this question.
So in answer,
That's why it seems like we have word relationship in another meaning.
so in Dimitri's answer, the concept, the main word is news or relationship? Is what? News, most, or relationship? What is the main word?
I don't get.
From your point, what is the main word in Dimitri's answer? News or relationship?
Relationship.
Relationship. It's not news.
Yes.
Okay, so his answer and her question have the same concept. So does the subject change?
Yes.
So how can you explain it?
because it's used in different meaning,
So, here, the meaning of relationship is what?
Within use. Relationship within use.
What is the kind of relationship?
I don't know. Okay. We can ask
You hear his. Imagine that he is your client and he says, I don't have a relationship with news. What do you understand in relationship?
I don't know.
So you cannot answer any question.
Yes.
Can you find at least one meaning to relationship in his answer? All right. Okay. I leave you. Okay. Does someone want to keep on this discussion? Who understood what she said, for example? Someone didn't speak so much. Oh, Dimitri.
Ask the client. If you don't know what to ask the client.
Of course. Okay, so did you see your point?
Yes.
Okay, can you explain it?
I understand her point that it's two meanings of the word relationship, and she thinks that it leads to another way. But
so, do you relationship? What's the meaning of relationship in your answer?
In her?
In your answer.
In mine?
Yeah.
In my answer, we can substitute it like connection.
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 Right? And in
or how to deal with.
Okay.
I don't like the way.
Okay. Let's take connection. And in your question, what is the substitute to relationship?
Connection.
Oh. Okay, so again, we are in the same field.
No.
So
I think it's all everything okay with her question, because main concept in her question was I don't like a relationship which I don't like.
So you would take her question. Because we can change subject. You remember what she said? What was her point?
No, you lost point.
Sorry? I didn't hear.
You can lose the client here. Once again, please.
Do you remember what was her point?
Yes.
Do you remember? What was her point?
Her point
What was the problem?
It's not.
Elena's problem, what was it?
She thinks that it's a two-way of describe word relationship.
So there is one way in answer and one way in the question, in Laura's question.
No. She thinks that it's other way. It may be, but it's not in her question. What?
Okay, so do you remember her problem?
Yes.
So there are two ways. Okay.
Two ways. She thinks it's two ways. She thinks it's one way.
Okay, so what is the problem?
Of whom?
Can you take this question as a question to ask to your client? Regarding to the answer.
I think yes.
Why?
Because we can ask this question. I don't see any problem.
We can ask this question because we can ask this question. Can you give an argument to justify?
Thank you.
Why do you choose this question, for example? You see? You have.
I don't have any arguments why we can ask this question. How many relationships do you have, and which you don't like?
See, if you have an argument not to choose, do you have an argument to choose? Do you have any argument in one case or
okay,
another
I need
one?
time to think about it. Can I have a minute?
Will it be long or not?
1 minute.
1 minute?
Yes.
It's too long.
Okay, I pass.
Okay. So can you ask this question to someone else in the room?
Jacobo.
What is the question?
She gets the answer.
Does she know what she will do for you?
Could you help me? Please.
Yeah, I will help you. You have to answer the question. Is it a good question to ask you, yes or no? And you, yeah. It's not a good question because the quantity of relationships doesn't matter, I think.
I think, okay, I have argument for this question because it's have analogy and like generalization, and it's a good point for me to think about my relation with news as the other relationship in my life, which I ended. It's too good. And because it's like obsession, I don't, maybe people don't have much experience with Finnish obsession. And in relationship or any kind of thing, you can think about as just a relationship which you don't like and you can finish.
Okay, so in one word, can you conceptualize your explanation?
You can ask this question because it's expand thinking of the client.
Okay, I ask for one word, but all right.
Expand.
Let's expand, okay. Jacoba, what do you want to do now? A question? You want to make a comment?
Yes. No, I wanted to criticize this.
So you don't agree with him?
No, I don't agree.
Okay. So can you explain why?
Yes, because it doesn't matter if there are 5 other relationships you have, or that you don't like, or there are 50 other relationships you don't like. The quantity, how many, doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So it's not a good question. And the question is how many.
But Jacob, what would be the interest of this question at that moment?
The quantity of the relationships. So he has to count how many relationships he doesn't like.
So do you
What's
see an
the-
interest? Do you see an interest in
Not
this
at all.
question?
No.
Okay.
It's a,
Okay. Do you agree with Jacoba? Who agrees with Jacoba? Who agrees? Raise your hand. Okay. Okay. Who agrees with Alexei?
Dmitry.
Dmitry.
That's okay.
Okay. Do you want to add something?
No,
Okay.
I agree with Dmitry.
Okay. With Dmitry. So who wants to propose this question? As a second question? Okay. Who doesn't want to propose this question as a second question? Okay. So globally, we don't take. Yes?
You said nobody. I did.
Globally, yes, globally. So, as we are finishing the workshop, we still have 2 minutes, I think.
2 minutes, and then we do analysis.
Okay, so shortly. Who can propose one question? Just make it. Who has a question to propose? I don't want to ask everybody, but just 1 or 2 persons. So, Alexei, which question do you propose after this answer, for example?
What's wrong with your relationship with news?
Who agrees with Alexei's choice? Okay, who doesn't agree? Who has another proposition to make? Isabel?
Yes, Nelson's question seems the best one because it makes a link between the first question of Dmitry and his answer.
What was his question?
Nelson, can you repeat
Yeah.
the question, please?
Do you have an obsession with everything you don't like?
between first question and answer of Dimitri, then we go back and we can go further.
Okay. Who agrees with that choice? Who doesn't agree? Nobody? Ivan, you don't agree? You don't agree with that choice?
Yes.
Right? Can you explain why?
I think that question will waste time for another loop about obsession. That's why I don't agree with that.
You get the point?
I get the point, but I don't agree. Obsession is the most important, it is the word he used at this time. And you know, it's for that, you know, when you are like this kind of concept, you have to go on this. Why I'm so obsessed with being you? This problem is obsession. We have to work on this. Nelson, with his question, go back on his obsession. Then we can have a point and we can go further and eliminate like maybe some questions that are not so important, like this one, for example. We don't care about that. Yeah.
Do you get her point? Do you agree with that or not? Can you explain why?
Because repeating this question, thinking that it's deepening the conversation, wastes time. And personally, I don't think that in a consultation we have a lot of time to just waste on going in circles.
Just, it's almost finished. Just, can you give a concept for your explanation? A concept, just to make a picture, to take a picture of your explanation.
Efficiency.
Efficiency. Okay, and yours? How can you?
Me, efficiency also.
I just want to write your question, Nelson. What is your question? I want to write it down.
Okay. Do you have an obsession with everything you don't like?
Do you have an obsession?
Yeah.
With anything?
Everything?
Everything. You don't like.
And to give you the last word of the discussion, can you answer the question? Nelson's question.
No.
No?
No. Next question.
Do you want to add something or is dot? Is it
Okay,
dot? No dot?
Okay,
Right?
dot.
Okay.
We finish exercise.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you still have an obsession?
Thank you.
Do you still have an obsession with reading news?
No.
Yes, a good question for the next exercise. Consultation, yes.
I think it was, I can give my comment.
No, but you know what? Yeah, you will.
No.
But you know, maybe you keep that, and maybe when you continue with two other people over there, you can do the consultation. Yeah, it's a nice question. I'm sure.
I have a lot of that.
I'm sure of that. Okay, now.
I have obsession with exercise. No.
So I say, Philip, to get comments?
I would like to analyze this.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
I will